We wanted to show you how we're using the crate with Cookie every day and how the crate is actually a way to train her as well. Just a simple sit-stay before you put her in. Make sure she sits before you open the door. You open the door, pat her chest and say, go. She's going to go in. She loves her crate because she thinks of her crate as her den. We've been feeding her in the crate every day. She gets treats every time she goes in, like you just saw. She went in, she turned around, I gave her some of this Natural Balance sausage, the lamb flavor she really loves. And when she's in there, she's going to be really calm while you take off her collar. And you always close this door, even one more time before you close the door. Give her one more treat. So she always has a good association with every interaction in her crate, so she always wants to be in there. Give her bones and chewies in there. Everything good happens in the crate. She's in and out of this crate all day long, so she's never in there for a long period of time, so she gets cage crazy. She's constantly in and out all day long. Lots of free time, but also a lot of time in her crate. Right now she's a little overexcited because of the filming process here, but so she's running around in there and wagging her tail. But I just wanted to show you how we put the prong collar on the door like that. That's the best way to do it. The leash and the other choke chain you can put anywhere you want and put it on top of the crate or wherever you want to put it. But if you hang the prong collar up like that, it won't get all tangled up in itself. It's the best way to hold it, or best way to keep it when you're not using it. So when you want to take Cookie out, what I do is I put on this choke chain first. The choke chain is attached to the leash when you walk her, as well as to the prong collar. They're both attached to this clip. If the prong collar ever comes off, then the choke chain comes into play and you don't lose her. Any other time though, it's completely loose, and you'd never use a choke chain for training. It'd be very dangerous because all the pressure's right there on her neck. It's metal and it would be very bad. The choke chain closes with the same pressure all the way around, the front and back, evenly all the way around. That's why, even though this might look scary, it's way safer if you're using it the way that we show you on the video and how to use it. So we put this on first. We're going to take her out, and I always use a little treat, put my hand through it like this, and then when I stick my hand in there, she takes a treat, and I just draw it over her head. And then I hook up her prong collar to the leash, just like this, and I reach in and hook her up. And if she's waiting, which she has to wait for permission to come out. See this? Good. If she tries to come out, if she's like really testing you and trying to run out, you can just do this little token slam and say no. And she knows what that means. And I actually attached the leash to the prong collar, the choke chain as well. So now the leash is attached to both collars. You see how easy it is to do in the crate. If you're trying to do it outside the crate, usually the dog is collapsing, rolling around, jumping up, all excited because they want to go out, and they know the collar means they're going to go out. So if you do it in the crate, she's going to be calm, the way you see her being right now. She'll let you do it. It'll be way faster and easier that way. So she's still waiting to be released out of the crate. You just pat your leg and say, okay. She'll come out like that. You want to go back, close this door, because if you control her access in and out of her den, she'll take you more seriously in all other areas of life. It's very simple, but if you're having her sit and wait until you release her in, and you're having her wait, you're not having her do any commands inside the crate, but you are having her wait at the boundary, just like you saw me do. She's going to listen to you, or be a lot more likely to listen to you out in public when you say, come sit her down, or anywhere else, because you control her access into one of her favorite places, her den, probably her favorite place. If you control access in and out, then you're the boss in her mind. So once you've taken her out, and you got her on the leash, see how she wants to go outside, I don't let her pull me. I walk her in training mode to the front door. I have her sit. I make sure that she waits until I say, okay. If she wants to rush through, I just stop her just like that. See, it's very gentle, but it's very firm. I don't let her pull me through. When we're outside, I have her sit. And then I take the leash off and pat her chest and say, go, and then she's free. And of course, we could have easily taken a walk as well, but I never have her sit on the inside and send her through because you're teaching her to rush through the doorway. So if I'm gonna let her free in the house or let her free outside of the house, I walk her through that boundary in training mode calmly, so she's not rushing or pulling. I have her sit after that, and then I release her to go after we've walked through the boundary very calmly. And you're never gonna call her, like if you're stepping out of the boundary first, you never call her to you because you'll teach her to have a very unstable sit-stay. And she'll be very on edge and anticipatory because she knows you're about to call her to rush through the boundary. So you never have her do that. She always walks through with you calmly, just like you see us doing here, me doing here, and that will start, that whole calmness will start to take over her life, and she'll be much calmer at other boundaries as well. If you practice that same thing at curbs and gateways and wherever you can, it'll really help keep her calmer and allow her to have a higher level of focus.